The starting QB race is on. Who's the best and who's the worst? We rank them all. What is going on, guys? Most NFL starting quarterbacks have great job security and don't have anything to worry about. Others are on short leashes and are going to have to fight for their jobs and quite possibly their careers in 2021. With that all said, let's dive into our annual rankings for every NFL team starting quarterback from worst to first. Number 32, Tyrod Taylor, Houston Texans. The chances of disgruntled star Deshaun Watson ever playing for the Texans feel like zero at this point, and so they'll roll into 2021 with veteran journeyman Tyrod Taylor and rookie Davis Mills. Taylor made one start for the Los Angeles Chargers last season. He's a solid dual threat guy who does a good job of protecting the football. It's just we don't know what he'll be able to do with such a lackluster supporting cast. Number 31, Zach Wilson, New York Jets. Wilson's monster 2020 season at BYU catapulted him from potential sleeper to the number 2 pick in the draft. The Jets have a brand new coaching staff led by Robert Saleh. The offense features 3 other notable rookies in guard Elijah Vera-Tucker, receiver Elijah Moore, and running back Michael Carter. There will be flashes, but there will also be growing pains. Number 30, Teddy Bridgewater, Denver Broncos. He won the starting job. That means Bridgewater will get to lead an offense that features several big-time weapons, including Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and Noah Fant. The thing is, we're still talking about a quarterback who, since being selected in the first round in 2014, has never thrown for more than 15 touchdowns in a season, and he's never even sniffed the 4,000-yard plateau. Teddy may be better than Drew Lock, but that's not saying much. Number 29, Daniel Jones, New York Giants. The Giants invested plenty of resources in fixing up the offense around him. Kenny Golladay, Kadarius Toney, John Ross, and Kyle Rudolph have now joined the group. Jones' main issue is turnovers. 22 interceptions and 20 fumbles in 27 games to be exact. Number 28, Andy Dalton, Chicago Bears. Matt Nagy made it clear that Dalton will open 2021 as the starter over Justin Fields. Dalton really struggled in a star-studded Dallas Cowboys offense last season, replacing an injured Dak Prescott. He has less talent to work with in Chicago, and let's be honest, he's just not a starting caliber quarterback anymore. Number 27, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Washington Football Team. You know what you'll get in Fitzpatrick? He'll have his hot games, then go on a turnover spree, lose his starting job, and so on. Fitz is only a short-term option here. We wouldn't be surprised if Taylor Heineke managed to nab a starting job at some point. Number 26, Sam Darnold, Carolina Panthers. I have to think that Darnold will be better in Carolina. I mean, Matt Rule and Joe Brady are 2 very creative offensive minds. Also, how could Darnold not improve as a Panther when he has DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Christian McCaffrey, and rookie Terrace Marshall Jr. as his go-to playmakers? Not saying he'll be a superstar, but Darnold should look more like a competent starting QB in 2021. Number 25, Mac Jones, New England Patriots. When you win the approval of Bill Belichick as a rookie quarterback, you know you're doing something right. And that's exactly what Mac Jones has done since being selected by the Pats with the 15th overall pick this summer. With Cam Newton gone, it's officially Mac Jones' time in Foxborough. And based on what many scouts, analysts, and personnel around the league are saying, the former Alabama star is more than ready for it. Number 24, Jared Goff, Detroit Lions. Goff was a solid quarterback during his time with the Rams, but he also had a great supporting case there. Now he goes to Detroit, when Brashad Perriman and Tyrell Williams will be his top wideouts. It's no wonder we expect to see some major regression from the former first overall pick. Number 23, Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia Eagles. Hurts displayed moments of brilliance in his 4-game audition last season after taking over the struggling Carson Wentz. That was in spite of a terrible receiving core and an incompetent offensive line. While the O-line should be better in 2021 with the return of Brandon Brooks. Then they drafted former Alabama wideout Devontae Smith with the 10th overall pick this offseason. The Eagles front office did their job. Now it's up to Hurts to do his. Number 22, Jimmy Garoppolo, San Francisco 49ers. 2021 is surely his final season in San Francisco. In case you missed it, the 49ers traded up to take Trey Lance with the number 3 selection. Garoppolo is a fine game manager, and he can keep the 49ers in contention. But let's face it, the 49ers win in spite of him, not because of him. If he struggles early on, expect Lance to take over the starting job for good. Number 21, Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, Lawrence has yet to play an NFL snap, but folks, he's been heralded as a generational talent for a reason. Other generational QB prospects like John Elway, Peyton Manning, and Andrew Luck showed flashes in their rookie seasons. Not saying Lawrence will be elite in his rookie year, but there should be more good than bad. Number 22, Tagovailoa, Miami Dolphins. Funny how this guy got so much criticism as a rookie when he won 6 of 9 starts. Well, Tua can only get better after a sluggish transition to the NFL. Did we mention that the Dolphins signed Will Fuller before drafting Tua's former teammate, Jalen Waddle? And this Miami offense already has a borderline Pro Bowl wideout in Devontae Parker. With 3 potential 1,000-yard receivers at his side, Tua should enjoy a much more productive year in 2021. Number 19, Jameis Winston, New Orleans Saints. This is a tough one to predict. Winston did lead the NFL in passing yards during his final season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You'll have to think he'll cut down on the turnover totals in Sean Payton's efficient offense. But Michael Thomas will miss a huge portion of the season, meaning Alvin Kamara is the lone game changer left on that offense. Winston does have an elite O-line to protect him up front, but can he get it done with Traquan Smith as his top receiver? Only time will tell. Number 18, Ben Roethlisberger, Pittsburgh Steelers. The future Hall of Famer is well past his playing prime, but he's still an effective quarterback. I mean, he did complete 65.6% of his passes in 2020. Better than Matt Ryan and Ryan Tannehill, by the way. And he had 33 touchdowns and 10 picks. Only 6 quarterbacks and more passing touchdowns than Big Ben last season. That said, his usually reliable O-line lost 3 starters in Marquise Pouncey, Alejandro Villanueva, and David DeCastro. That could be bad news for someone as immobile as Big Ben. Number 17, Carson Wentz, Indianapolis Colts. His placement will seem awfully high to some, considering how awful his 2020 season was, and the fact that he's already injured. But he is expected to be back at some point during the first half of the season. And when he does return, he'll have a dominant offensive line and a world-class run game waiting for him. He's also proven before that he can play at an MVP level under Frank Reich, so let's not completely write off the 2016 second overall pick just yet. Number 16, Baker Mayfield, Cleveland Browns. Mayfield bounced back from a lousy sophomore campaign and flourished as a game manager for Cleveland's run-heavy offense. He had 26 touchdowns against only 8 picks, and his sack total fell from 40 to 26. He may not be an MVP caliber quarterback, but that's okay. Mayfield just has to be above average for the Browns to succeed, as we saw in 2020. Number 15, Kirk Cousins, Minnesota Vikings. Hate on Cousins all you want, but the guy was top 10 in passing yards, completion percentage, and touchdown passes last season. Only 5 quarterbacks topped his 35 TDs. Sure, he's overpaid and has a painful record against winning teams, but the stats don't lie. Cousins is better than half the quarterbacks in the NFL today. Number 14, Matt Ryan, Atlanta Falcons. Even without Julio Jones for 7 games, Matty Ice threw for 4,581 yards last season, 4th most in the NFL. Jones may not be a Falcon anymore, but prized tight end prospect Kyle Pitts promises to be a game wrecker in that offense, which still has the likes of Calvin Ridley and Russell Gage. Oh, and new head coach Arthur Smith saved Ryan Tannehill's career, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do with a 36-year-old Ryan. Number 13, Derek Carr, Las Vegas Raiders. Carr's numbers just keep getting better and better under John Gruden. His completion percentage has been above 67% in each of the past 3 years, and his 67 touchdowns against 27 picks in that span is no joke either. Carr has kept the Raiders in the playoff hunt over the last 2 seasons, but how will he function without Gabe Jackson or Trent Brown and Rodney Hudson, a trio of stars on that once dominant Raiders O-line? We wonder. Number 12, Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals. Burrow played like a superstar before unfortunately suffering season-ending ACL and MCL tears in Week 11. But he's recovered and good to go. 2021 should be a great year for the 2021st overall pick. Burrow has reunited with former LSU teammate Jamar Chase, who should produce right off the bat. Not to mention the Bengals also have Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and Joe Mixon. With all that skill and explosiveness at his disposal, Burrow should have an epic sophomore campaign. Number 11, Kyler Murray, Arizona Cardinals. Murray's regression at the end of 2020, which cost Arizona a playoff spot, can't be ignored. However, he took major strides at the beginning of the season, and he should be even better in year 3. Not sure how much AJ Green is left in the tank, but DeAndre Hopkins alone ensures that Murray will produce some eye-popping stats. And the addition of center Rodney Hudson should give the 5'10 quarterback a little more time and space in the pocket. Number 10, Ryan Tannehill, Tennessee Titans. The 2019 Comeback Player of the Year showed that his first season with the Titans was no fluke. He led the team to an AFC South Division title, tossing a career-high 32 touchdowns against only 7 picks. Losing offensive coordinator Arthur Smith hurts, but the team added future Hall of Famer Julio Jones to go with the likes of Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown. so there should be no complaints on Tannehill's end. Number 9, Justin Herbert, Los Angeles Chargers. Herbert is coming off the best rookie quarterback season ever, having thrown for 4,336 yards and 31 touchdowns against only 10 picks. But trust me, the best has yet to come. This Chargers offense is loaded with Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jared Cook, and Austin Eckler. Oh, and Herbert should enjoy some improved protection up front with the addition of Corey Linsley and Rashawn Slater. Don't expect a sophomore slump for the 2026th overall pick. Number 8, Dak Prescott, Dallas Cowboys. We saw just how much the Cowboys crumbled following Dak's brutal season-ending ankle injury. This team just isn't the same without number 4. So you can't fault Jerry Jones for giving him a shiny $160 million deal. Dak was on pace to throw the most passing yards ever in a season before his injury, averaging a ridiculous 371.2 per game. With a trio of stud receivers and the dynamic rushing duo of Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, why shouldn't Dak go off again in 2021? This is going to be a big year from him. We're calling it now, unless that injury did its damage. Number 7, Matthew Stafford, Los Angeles Rams. We expect big things from Stafford. He did so much on a flawed and dysfunctional Detroit team. Now he gets to play for Sean McVay, one of the game's best offensive-minded coaches, with a top-tier O-line and a stacked set of weapons. Stafford was arguably top 10 caliber during his time with the Lions. No doubt in our mind that he'll be an MVP conversation this year. He's a perfect fit for McVay's offense. Number 6, Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens. This guy is 2 years removed from an MVP season, is 30-7 as a starter, and has over 1,000 rushing yards in consecutive seasons. Why are there still people questioning Lamar Jackson? Who cares if the passing numbers aren't eye-popping? Jackson is still a winner. Number 5, Russell Wilson, Seattle Seahawks. Wilson completed 68.8% of his passes last year and tossed 40 touchdowns, both career bests. You can expect more of the same from Russ in 2021. He still has the dynamic receiving duo of DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, and the O-line should be better following the trade for Gabe Jackson. At 32 years old, Wilson will take all the protection he can get. Number 4, Tom Brady, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, so much for being product of the Patriots system. All Brady did was smash practically every Bucs single-season passing record and, oh yeah, led the team to their second Super Bowl in franchise history. Despite playing through a torn MCL, we're done doubting him. I'm like, listen, he's the GOAT. Just stop ignoring it. Yeah, he had some sketchy stuff in the past. Still the GOAT. He'll be as good as ever at age 44. Number 3, Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills. Allen had the best quarterback season in Bills history. What a breakout year it was. A 69.2 completion percentage for 4,544 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 picks. Yeah, and a division title and trip to the AFC Championship game. Wow. No reason that Allen can't be even better in 2021. He and the Bills are really just getting started. Number 2, Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers. It looks like the reigning MVP will be back for at least one more season in Green Bay after all. He was oh so close to taking the Packers back to the Super Bowl in 2020. They'll be contenders once again in 2021. The main question is, will this be the last dance? Number 1, Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs. He's the face of the NFL, period. The Super Bowl 55 blowout wasn't on him. Mahomes will be back with a force thanks to a retooled O-line, featuring 2 new stars in Orlando Brown and Joe Thuney. Mahomes is in his own class right now, plain and simple. We don't think this is up for debate. To be quite honest, it just isn't. Who do you think is the best starting quarterback entering the 2021 NFL season? Join me in the comment section below. Make sure to follow myself and TPS on social media. We post great content all the time. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, we're on everything. Go subscribe, go follow. If you like this video, give it a like. It takes one click down below and subscribe to TPS. We post videos every day. Every day's a new video. Of course, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo. I'll see you next time.